Morning, my name's Whelan and this is week 2 of my weekly Mondays stories. This week's story is from 1991 in New York City, May 1991. We were due to support Jane's Addiction at Madison Square Gardens. The year before we'd signed with Elektra Records, the home of the Doors, etc. And they'd were expecting big things from us and they were heavily promoting us. And we had quite a good relationship to them, but with them, but it started to deteriorate because we weren't being very professional, believe it or not. But we were on their good side still because we just had a number one in the dance charts, American dance charts. So on the back of that, we was getting quite a lot of press, but mostly kind of regarding the acid house scene and stuff. And with that, they'd secured us a slot on, I think it was a David Letterman show, I'm not sure, I can't remember, I might be wrong, but it was the number one chat show, late night chat show in America. Every band wanted to be on it, certainly bands wanting to break America, so it was a real coup. We arrived for rehearsals the day before the show, and they turned up with all these silly day glow clothes, like greens and orange and whistles and all these, and we'd got out of the acid house scene way before all that nonsense had reared its ugly head, and we refused to wear it. We'd done all that with Joe Bloggs early on, but we kind of didn't have much of a say then, but now we had a little bit more power, so we refused. We're like, no, we're not doing it. The network, TV network, informed us that if we didn't, because sponsors were involved, it was a deal breaker, we'd be off the show. And there's another English band called Jesus Jones who said they would wear the clothes and ready to take our spot. Elektra beside themselves, but we refused. And it was one of the few, we all agreed we wouldn't do it. It's one of the few things we all agreed on, and we didn't do it. And it was kind of the penultimate nail in the coffin with us, with regards to Elektra Records. Jesus Jones did do it, and they went on to huge success in America. So there you go. So, but we got Integrity. You choose which one you would have preferred. Anyway, after that, they gave us one more chance, and they'd secured us a slot opening for Jane's Addiction at Madison Square Gardens. Jane's Addiction were the hottest band on the planet. Well, no, in America certainly at this time. So it was a great slot, and they gave us a 45-minute slot, not the usual 30 minutes. So Elektra had flown out all its execs from California for the show. They put us up in a hotel called the Mark on the Park, which, as it suggests, was on Central Park, beautiful 5-star hotel. So we did the sound check at 4, head back to the hotel, and they said, you've got 45 minutes, freshen up, and we'll come pick you up. We'll send the limos, which we weren't keen on, but instead of doing that, of course, we all went to the bar. We go in the bar, it's not very busy, but in the corner we noticed Hollywood legend actor Tony Curtis. I think probably in his 70s then, I'm not sure, but he was sat there with some buxom blonde woman in her 30s, her 20s or 30s, and bizarrely enough, reggae artist Maxi. Now I know it sounds like an Alan Partridge sketch, but it was a true scenario. So we kind of had a couple of drinks and we wandered over to talk to him, something we don't normally do. It was quite unusual for us. We sit down talking to him, and he was wonderful. And I'm just staring at his artificial hair. And he looks at me in a British accent, Shakespearean British accent, and says, to pay or not to pay, that is what you're thinking. And then just winks at me and takes a swig of his whiskey. And we just burst out laughing. It broke the ice. And we got on really well. We exchanged stories. We was asking him about movies, and he was telling us. And it was fantastic. And then me and, I think it would have been Bez, I'm not sure, but one of us pulls out some Rizzler papers and we start building a joint. I think it would be Bez because me and Bez were the two daily professional herb smokers, so it must have been Bez. I can't remember who was holding, who was doing it, but we were doing it between us. And Maxi freaks out. I can't be associated with that. It's a career ender. And we were kind of, that's quite strange. You're a reggae artist, isn't it expected? But he didn't. He wanted to distance himself, so he goes to the side of the bar, leaves us. So we left to talk to Tony, as now insists we call him. But each member of the band starts to get up and leave one by one, and said, "Oh, we'll all meet you down there." And that was unusual. We all had our own trips, our own bars, our own mischief to get in, and we would make our way to the gigs ourselves. That was quite normal. So me and Sean stay talking to Tony Curtis, and then Tony says to us, a bit later on, what time are you on stage at Madison Square Gardens? So we say 7:30. He says, well, it's 7:25 now. And Sean freak out. No. Burst out of the hotel. We've got to get the cab. We'll finally get a cab. It's a good 20-minute ride at least because of traffic. There's Madison Square Gardens south of Times Square, and we're southern Central Park. So we're in the car, we're looking at each other going, that's it, we're gonna get end of our career in America, Electra are gonna drop us, the band will never speak to us again, it'll probably be the end of the band, there's gonna be a huge fight when they get there. And we were just like, we were horrified. And we finally got to Madison Square Garden, and we jump out of the taxi, we've not brought our passes, of course, we've forgotten, left our passes in the hotel room. But luckily, the stage manager was outside looking for us. So the stage manager quickly rushes in, we get in, and we takes up to the dressing room, and me and Sean like, wow, full of apologies. Get to the dressing room, me and Sean burst in, and we're like, sorry, we're really sorry, really sorry. Nobody there, it's empty, dressing room's empty. So we look at the stage manager, said, oh, the band downstairs at the side of the stage waiting to go on, should we go down there? And his face was purple, and he just says, no, you're the first two to arrive. Me and Sean look at each other and just burst out laughing, which annoyed him even more, so he marched off. So we sit there, and one by one, each band member appears, and by the time we're all there ready to go on stage, it's almost 8:05. We go down to stage, so we've only got, by now we've got 8 minutes left of our 45-minute set, so we go on and just do Rope for Luck, that's all we do. And that was the final straw for Electra Records. The day after they dropped us, and it was over. And that was that. Jesus Jones benefited from it, and we self-sabotaged once again. So there you go. If you want to subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, don't subscribe. You don't have to. Okay, until next week.